Welcome to the Podnas with Face, Pat, and Tibbs.
So what's up, guys? Welcome to the Podnas, the show of three friends separated by distance, connected by brotherhood, having weekly conversations that you can join in on. As always, I'm your boy Tibbs, 1/3 of the Podnas, and I'm along with.
It's the other third of the partners, the Padawan here, along with.
What's that? This is facing the place. I don't know where I am in the race, but I can guarantee I ain't in last place. What's happening with y'all this week, man?
Man, it's not a bad week. Had some gut issues today, so I was out of work, so that sucked. Hopefully it's not what it was a couple years ago. So we chilling on that, but overall, life is good today. Son had a good day with virtual school. Wife was productive at her job. Contractors have started. They done fixed the walls, so we got walls all through our house again. They haven't started painting yet, but they have started putting in the flooring. So the floor is about to start getting done. So after we finish recording, I got to move all the stuff out of here. And then, yeah, man, they're coming on in tomorrow morning to get that knocked out. So life ain't too bad, man. How you face?
Man, creative as hell. Getting the store popping off this week. RTradeClothing.com. Come check us out, baby. But yeah, other than that, just chilling, man. I ain't go to work today, man. I woke up, gut problems there. Of course, I don't know if it was nerves or just something I ate, but something kept me from moving. So I just had to call out, get myself together. It took a couple hours to get me back on my feet. But after that, woke up with the feeling of being revitalized. I got that second wind in me. And I went Super Saiyan a little bit real quick when I woke up, and I got up with a God-given energy to move around and clean and do some shit. So I got up, I opened up some shit, and I got creative, opened the store back up, put some new designs up there, got my sock game going on today. Pastels just came out today. And that's about it, man. Just moving around, got with the kids, got with the wife, just went on a family outing, came back in, and I'm here with my family, my other family, my brothers, my partners.
Hey. A partner.
What's happening?
Hopefully this pod flu is over. Whatever it was. And both of us out of commission today. But yeah, man. Ready to talk this shit. And we got some shit to talk about this week. So I ain't gonna even hold back no further. Let's go ahead and get off into it. I'm gonna start the show off with the good shit so we can get to that. Because there is some fuckery, as Pat would say, in the midst that we're gonna discuss. So let's get off into the good shit, the great shit, the wonderful shit that Black people are doing, experiencing, receiving, and creating out here in the world. And the first story comes to us from blacknews.com, and it is about a Black mom and daughter duo making history by opening an apparel store in one of LA's most luxurious malls. So Lakeisha Jackson and her daughter Caitlin are making history as the first African-American mom and daughter duo to open a Black-owned lifestyle athletic leisure apparel store for women at the high-end Topanga Mall in Los Angeles. Their company, SGH Apparel, is a lifestyle brand dedicated to super women who are movers and shakers, risk takers, and go-getters. Their line of athleisure products includes trendy sports bras, leggings, shorts, t-shirts, tanks, crop tops, and more for women on the go. So if you're a woman on the go, if you like your sporty clothing that can, kind of go from one phase to another of the day, you know what I mean? Holler at these ladies, especially if you out in the LA area. Lakeisha Jackson and Caitlin Jackson, mother-daughter duo. Really dope, man. Making history out here in the world. So yeah, man.
Yes.
Loving this entrepreneurial spirit that I'm seeing spark up in our people lately. Like I feel like the pandemic has been horrible in a lot of ways, but one of the good ways is that it's sparking a lot of people's creativity and having them just kind of reach for their passions. So I love it. Indeed. But shout out to Lakeisha and Caitlin Jackson. The next story comes to us from blacknews.com as well. And HBCU makes an offer to recruit a teen basketball player with one arm. Hansel Emmanuel Donato Dominguez, a 17-year-old from Florida who is a star basketball player with just one arm, has been offered a full scholarship to play for Tennessee State University and HBCU in Nashville. At the age of 6, Emmanuel had his left arm amputated when a wall collapsed on him while he was playing in his native Dominican Republic. His father was able to rescue him, but only after 2 hours of being trapped, causing him to lose his arm. Despite the limitation, Emmanuel pushed through and became a skillful basketball player. He moved to the United States in 2020 after receiving a scholarship to play basketball at Life Christian Academy in Kissimmee, Florida. Most recently, he earned his Division I offer, and he took to Instagram to say, "Blessed to receive my first D1 offer from Tennessee State University." His parents, especially his father, Hansel Salvador Donato, who was a former basketball player in the Dominican Republic, are proud of him. So shout out to our Afro-Latino brother, Hansel Emmanuel Donato Dominguez. One-arm dude out here hooping on him, proving, ain't no limitations, ain't no excuses, ain't no reason you can't reach for your goal. Like, if he can do it with one arm, us able-bodied folk ain't got no damn excuse. So reach for your dream, folks. Shout out to the young king.
You do more with one arm than I can.
Bruh, you hear me? You hear me? This next story is coming to us from News One, and it is, could restoring voting rights to formerly incarcerated people expand the number of Black senators? So we got a new ruling in North Carolina that's coming, that's going to be putting an end to a racist practice that dates back to the Civil War, and it could lead to more Black U.S. senators. So, fulfilling a promise over 50 years in the making, the North Carolina court extended the right to vote to people formerly incarcerated for felonies. Lawyers and advocates say that this is the single largest grant of voting rights in North Carolina since 1965 Voting Rights Act was passed. In a 2-1 decision, a North Carolina State Superior Court panel of judges found that the law disallowing formerly incarcerated people from voting unless they have completed probation or parole was unconstitutional. The written opinion is expected later this week. So later this week, we should be getting that in writing. People with felonies in the state of North Carolina, hey man, if you're on probation or parole, you're gonna still be able to vote. And that's a large Black voter block in North Carolina that's about to get voting rights. So I definitely can see how this is about to lead to some heavy swings in that state. So shout out to them. Please make sure this gets put into black and white. Please, 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 when the polls come, y'all people that have been disenfranchised before now, y'all get out there and vote, have your voice heard, and let this be a lesson and a pathway to other states to do the same type of thing.
On that pole, man. Gotta get out there on that pole.
I mean,
all on that pole.
I'm done, yo. What the fuck? How we about to go there tonight? Here we go. All right, we're gonna get to the. All right.
I believe Virginia, they already passed something that the felons can.
Come on, Eastern Shore.
I think so. I'm look that up, but I believe so. The last his name Terry, I can't pronounce his last name, but it was the governor I could pronounce that, and I had something in the mail that said something about that. So,
well, come on, lead the way, East Coast, because West Coast been coming strong these past few weeks. So East Coast, let's go now. Come on with it. And in the next story, another law coming in our favor. It's rare that happens, but we get into them this week. And this again comes from news1.com. A new Illinois law will ban schools from discriminating against natural hairstyles. So for the longest, we've been kind of our natural locks, our natural hair coils, our natural whatever you want to call them has been kind of frowned upon. So now we're going to be able to rock our hair in peace. So hairstyles can oftentimes be the ultimate form of personal expression, especially during those formative years of adolescence into early puberty. Many Black boys and girls, unfortunately, don't know what that freedom feels like when they go to school, since many institutions have rules in place that determine what's considered to be an appropriate hairstyle. Thankfully, the state of Illinois is changing that policy with a new law prohibiting schools from ruling against braids, twists, and any hairstyle historically associated with race and ethnicity. So this is going to look out also for other people of native descents who have hairstyles that kind of go along with whatever their native cultures are. But Black people, no longer will they be able to kick you out of schools, tell you can't play a sport or do all of this in Illinois if you got locks or braids or cornrows or whatever the case may be. If you got Bantu knots, whatever it is, you wear your hair. So this is signed by Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker. The ruling was inspired by 4-year-old Black student Gus Jet Hawkins, who was instructed to take his braids out since it violated the dress code at his school in Chicago. Fittingly enough, the measure was actually named after him, officially being called the Jet Hawkins Law. So shout out to Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker for doing the right thing. And hopefully other states, again, man, let's get these dumb laws that are still on, these antiquated laws that are still on the books, just eradicated. So we can go on and move on to more pressing issues, like new things that are coming on the horizon. So, yeah, shout out to Illinois, man.
Locks is a form of rebellion anyway, from just off of the
that.
origin of it anyway. And I was going to say that's dope to have
Shake
a law
your
in your name.
dreads. Shake your nappy dread. You hear me? Boy, if you don't get the hell out of here with that shit. If y'all can see face right now, he over here shaking nothing. About to put a quick to have.
It's dope to have a law in your name.
Yeah,
man, he got like
Hawkins
a dope
law.
name.
Man,
Jet Hawkins?
He got a legacy already, and he's still a kid. He's 4 years old.
I am the law.
Literally, you hear me? And then the last feel-good news story of the week: Charleston poet laureate pens a children's book on Black music. So Charleston's perennially creative poet laureate Marcus Unmaker has a new project just in time for the school year. This one is meant expressly for the next generation of music enthusiasts. This book is the first to be published by Free Verse Press, a new independent publisher of poetry books in the Charleston area. The company also produces Charleston's Free Verse Poetry Festival. But through rhythmic poetry and captivating visuals, Black music mines Black music's role in culture around the world. And it does so through the ears of an engaging main character in the feline variety. In a nod to jazz, his name is Bebop the Cat. So Black Music is the name of the book. And poet laureate, what is his name? Hot diggity dog. Marcus A. Maker, poet laureate from Charleston, South Carolina, got this book out. So if you're looking for a cool book for children ages 8 to 12, go ahead and look for this book. It even uses a local Charleston artist, Nathan Durfee, as the illustrator. So it's a love letter to African American music and history. So get out here, man, and support that book if you can, if it so suits your heart. But yeah, man, black literacy out here, and it's supporting music, which is definitely strong in our culture and speaks to our children's mind. Our children actually learn better through rhythmic learning. So getting them exposed to music at an early age actually helps to increase their math and science scores. So get them into it, man.
And Bebop and Rocksteady do not be beefing with Bebop the Cat. We don't need these cartoon beats. I know that was random, but I just felt like saying.
Man, get the hell out of here with that book. What the fuck? Oh man, so that is the positive Black news you can use. Hopefully that lifted your week, inspired you, and it's definitely been a week where we can use some good news. Because it's been a lot of bullshit. I've sat back because I wanted to wait until we recorded, and I didn't want to sully the feel-good vibe of our live show. You didn't ask us, but every Saturday on Facebook and YouTube, and every Sunday at 9:30 on Facebook and YouTube. But I didn't want to sully that. Yeah, I didn't want to sully that vibe with this. But we got to talk about it, man. Brother Polight and these rape charges.
So polite.
Okay, it's a few things that I wanted to get into. It's a few angles I wanted to discuss with y'all about this. Basically based on, we know what the charges are. He's a disgusting animal, and the fact that evidence has already kind of started pointing his way is horrible. But for those that don't know out there, Brother Polight, Michael Nowak, whatever you want to call him, from the Sarnetta, what I call it, the House of Hotep Hustlers, who's brought us people like Umar, who brought us people like Sarah Sudansetti and others. It's like the grifter shop, Hassan Campbell, all of these guys come through Sarnetta's camp. But anyway, Brother Polight, who has already been known as a scammer in our community, running several different financial scams. He's been exposed by people like Pocket Watching with JT, Real Accounting React. So please check out that expose that he did on him. But he's been shady. He's now been accused of raping a 14-year-old girl. The details of the story, according to the police report, are that Polight and the mother of the girl and the girl were in Miami, and they were out partying. The mother of the girl went back to the hotel that they were sharing. She allowed the girl to go with Polight to another club, an after-hour spot or something like that, where they went. Brother Polight fed the girl drinks, took her back to a separate hotel, where he then began to orally rape her. And furthermore, DNA was found on the girl's face and scarf that she had on her head, I guess. And the DNA supposedly matches Brother Polight, allegedly. And this is all according to the police report and the news reports that's out there. Obviously, I wasn't in the room, but I definitely believe that when DNA said it is you, buddy, you're a disgusting creep. You're a disgusting fucking human being. And I hope whatever extent of the law happens to you, and whatever behind bars, I hope whatever prison justice that needs to be levied happens to you. He has been accused of this before, even by Sarnetta. Sarnetta, a few years back, actually accused him of taking a young girl. I think that this girl's like 15 from her family, 15 or 16 from her family. So this isn't new allegations, sadly. But having being said that Polight is a disgusting creep, this young lady did not deserve that. No child deserves to be abused. And this child is completely innocent in all of this. So anybody that would be, for one, I saw some people online. Okay, so it's 3 lines that I wanted to throw out there to y'all that I've heard online, and I wanted to get y'all takes on it and give my take and just kind of build on it. So the first thing that I heard out there was the most disgusting thing. I'll deal with that first. People actually saying stuff like, why this young girl being so fast? Why is she going to the club by herself with this dude? Like it's her fault that she was in all of these situations. Why is she dressing like an adult? Why is she hanging with this dude? Why is she drinking? All of this. How do y'all feel about that? What are y'all takes on those comments? Is there any validity to those comments to y'all?
That's my comment. The
I think out
ahead.
of the 3 of us, my opinion gonna be, because I got a daughter almost that same age. My daughter will be 13 in a few weeks. First, as a father, I'm trying to hold my composure as much as I can, because shit like that, anything I did with girls especially, just ticks me the fuck off, because I have girls, you feel me? I was raised by women. So anything like that really just sends me off the edge anyway. As far as people commenting on what the little girl wore, one, she don't buy her own clothes. She may dress herself, but she don't buy her own clothes, and she don't have no job. So that boils down to the parents. The parents had to buy the outfits. You feel me? Now she may dress herself, cool. She may have an inkling of what she may want to wear, but it's up to the parents to decide, yeah, you can wear this, or I can buy this for you, or no. Boils down to the parents. Where she allowed to go? She was with her mother. Her mother went back to the hotel, and she proceeded to go out with an older gentleman who she was already out with her mother. So once again, boils down to the parents. Basically, everything I'm saying, it boils down to the parents when you look at what this little girl is supposed to be responsible for, because the parents play a role in this. Now, the adult males in a situation, dastardly, low down, dirty. I'm not even going to sell y'all content with what I really want to call him, but everyone who knows. We still have another person in jail who accused of doing the same thing. We just have tapes of that guy, and he's just now getting to jail, Mr. Kelly. So why is this guy not behind bars based on these allegations and proof is already coming up? As far as I'm concerned, if he's out on the street, y'all giving everybody willing and aim to go do what they want to do. That's just the way I'm looking at it. At no point in time should you blame the victim. All this victim blaming of 2021 is really getting on my nerves because at the end of the day, this is a child. This is not an adult. This is not a grown woman who knew I'm drinking this alcohol and it's going to make me feel this way. And it's going to lower my inhibitions. No, because she's 14. She has no inhibitions. 14 as a child. I don't care what country you're in. You're 14. You're still a child. You're not mature enough to make adult decisions. No child in this situation should be blamed at or looked at anything to or like they have a part to play in this. She was just a victim. She went along with somebody she thought she could trust. They put her in a situation that she couldn't do nothing about. Boom. Now, in my time as a child, when I was 17, sure, it was girls younger than that dressing to be older. But I was a child at that time too. So me looking at that, I knew they were children. So an adult man looking at those kids know they're children too. It's the difference between a grown woman dressing to be grown and dressing sexy and a child attempting to dress as a grown woman looking to be sexy. It's a big difference. And any man who looks at a child who is attempting to dress sexy and finds that sexy, something's wrong with that man. I'm sorry. That's just what it is. It's a sickness, but you don't need the type of treatment we trying to give to you. You need that old school type of treatment. Because you out here being a predator to these young girls, man, like, I'm sorry. I have no love, no nothing behind whatever happens to this man. I'm sorry. That's just me. And that's my personal opinion as a father. You feel me? I have 2 young, beautiful girls. And if any man was ever touched them, I would have no problem sitting behind bars for the rest of my life with a big smile on my face, knowing that I did whatever I needed to do for that person. Because once again, my girls are kids. Don't harm kids, man.
Yeah, I like 31 seconds with that dude in private space.
I mean, I don't get down with people hurting adults either. I really don't like violence. I know as much as I speak on my Second Amendment right, yeah, that's a Second Amendment right to defend myself. I'm not going out and being violent. I'm totally against violence until I have no recourse but to be violent. But any violence against kids is not tolerated, man. It's zero tolerance, and there should be zero tolerance worldwide for violence against kids, man. Because once again, they didn't actually come in this world, and until they're grown, the decisions that you feel me, like their parents still have a heavy weight and play a heavy part of the decisions a child makes, because it's up to you to teach the child right from wrong and teach the child where to be and what not to do and shit like this. When I was raised, I was always told pick my friends like I pick my outfits. I ain't gonna wear anything, so don't surround myself with anybody. Watch the situation you put yourself in. You feel me? Always watch about these are things I was taught, not things I ideally know, because I didn't grow knowing have that knowledge. When I was raised given that knowledge to not put myself in such a situation. So that young girl, you want to say she put herself in a situation? Cool, that's your opinion. But realize at the end of the day, if she put herself in a situation, her parents didn't teach her how not to.
Right. What say you, Pat? What do you think about people basically like Faith said, victim shaming or blaming the girl for her situation?
We need to watch those people that's blaming the girl.
Yeah.
Every last person that got the bold enough to say that, crazy enough to say all that, we need to watch them, because they are condoning behavior like this, and it shouldn't be condoned at all. Like victim blaming, like that shit is that's just you're a trash human being for doing that. Like, she's a girl. She was under the influence. She was actually under adult supervision, but it was the wrong adult supervisor. Because like that was his girlfriend's daughter, right?
Yep.
So like automatically you think you're in a safe spot because that's the guy that your mom's dealing.
Right.
Or whatever.
Right.
And
absolutely.
He's in the public eye, so you don't think he's going to do anything crazy because he's in the public eye. But man, people get in that public eye. I feel like it's a culture of people. It's like some inner culture of people, whatever, that just like think they once they're in a certain, I don't know, certain status, they can do whatever the fuck they want, and it's no repercussions about it because it's them or whatever, because they believe some type of distorted view on life, some distorted belief system that don't exist, something like that. And that's what I feel like Brother Polight is on.
Man, don't call
He's
that
on that.
shit. Ain't nobody put
I
like
don't
that
know what
belief.
his
Fuckers.
yeah. I just called him that because that's just what the fuck I remember his name is or whatever. His other name I don't know what it is, but Brother Scumbag.
Alleged
That's
rapist.
and this is the second time. And I mean, and then it's just like he's part of that culture where they also rape the truth. Man, don't let me X this out, sis, because I know that word gets like flag or whatever, but he grapes the truth.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And what I mean by that is like they'll get some statistic or whatever that's actual fact, or just they'll build off of knowing all these statistics and knowledge about how messed up the system is, so they can gain rapport with people around them and gain a following or whatever. But it's really so they can boost up their ego and get to a certain point that they can do whatever the fuck they want to do.
Right. When you say boost up the ego to do whatever the fuck they want to do, that is exactly where I want to go next. So the next angle I saw that I wanted to just get y'all take on, man, and just kind of vent on. Why is it that whenever a Black man is charged with this type of thing, instead of saying, okay, let's see what happened, or maybe he did really do this, all of their supporters always immediately go to, oh, they just hate him for their money, or it's because he Black, or like, why can't we criticize our own people? Why does it have to be hate just because, like, why do we have to support somebody no matter what their charges are just because they're Black?
Well, I'm going to say I don't know why they do, because my support is a hard thing to gain. So if I do support you and some shit come out, if I got a reasonable doubt, I'm going to look at you sideways until the truth comes out. I mean, at the end of the day, that's the way it is. I don't give a fuck what the justice system or what America says, innocent to prove guilty. No, you guilty to prove innocent. And that's the way I keep it. Like, fuck it. Like, I don't give a fuck what color you are. Talk trash about your ass anyway, because everybody talk trash and fuck. I feel like, all the people who act like that, they under that same old-fashioned stigma. Oh, we got to stick together regardless. Oh, we can't let they put the Black man down. Well, fuck, right. What color you? Black people do dirt too. Shit. Just because I'm pro-Black, don't Black stupid. You
Yep. I'm with you 100% there.
Turn ignorant and turn a blind eye to your actions just because you Black. The fuck? I'm gonna look at your actions 10 times harder because I'm like, man, you Black, you should know better. The fuck? You know the cause we trying to go to. You know what we fighting for, and you doing stupid shit. So I'm 10 times stronger, 10 times harder. The fuck?
Right.
I ain't gonna just turn a blind eye. He Black. No, it can't be true. Motherfucker, you ain't innocent just because you Black. Your color don't mean nothing. You born with that color. That's the same thing we tell white people, our color don't mean we're bad. Your color don't mean you good either. So
exactly.
The same shit we keep preaching at the white folks about our color. Black folks realize the same shit goes the same way with you with this damn color. Just because you Black don't mean you're immune to criticism. You're not.
Absolutely.
They talked about Jesus. You better than Jesus? Nope.
Ain't nobody.
We're gonna talk.
What say you, Pat?
I'm bouncing off what Faye said because, like I said, what I said earlier, they build this PR wall of, hey, he was the guy that said this, he was the guy that said this, he's the guy that brought this to attention, or whatever, and we don't want to lose that, or whatever. But at the same time, the other perspective I have with that is that just like you have Trump supporters that no matter like you have Christian Trump supporters or whatever, and no matter what he's accused of or what he's seen or what he's obviously just been recorded said or what he just said yesterday or this, that, and the third, they will defend wholeheartedly. You're gonna have the same thing. I think I said that before, like about Umar or whatever. Like he's like a black Trump without the money, pretty much. This is the same type of situation or whatever. Charismatic people can build a following fast or whatever. Like you've seen it with cult leaders like Jim Jones and stuff like that. Charismatic people can build a following fast or whatever. But it's the same thing. It's just like what they said. Just because you're black doesn't mean you're all around good or whatever. And these hotep hustlers, as Tiz coined it or whatever, they they pander to black men, basically. They pander to black men on a level of that we're on some divine bloodline where we can't do no wrong or whatever.
Right.
Because we don't have recorded history to ever show that we did all around wrong like we had before. But
I definitely want to say, as far as the little girl, people blaming her, you're as sick as him. Period. Point blank. You're as sick as him if you believe that. And I want 31 seconds in private with you and him. As far as us being able to criticize, I feel like exactly what y'all said. Like, I am all for black people in general, but on an individual basis, I still can judge you. Just like I don't hate white people, but on the individual basis, I might hate a white person. I may hate a black person depending on how bad they have done something to harm people that I care about or the human race in general. So like, we gotta stop putting these people up on a pedestal to where they infallible and where we can't, like, where they're above critique. Like, everybody is able to be critiqued, especially if you are a public figure. Now, if you're a private person and your business is private and people snooping around, well, that's one thing. But your stuff out in the public, you are a public figure. You know that people are going to have an opinion on the things you do. So it is incumbent upon you to not do shit that, for one, allows us to have a negative opinion. But then two, when we have a negative opinion, you're not above that. Your black skin doesn't make you impervious to being a fucked up person. Some people are just bad people. And I think that's the scary part when I watch people over this past week, like literally like ride hard for this dude, even as DNA evidence is coming out and all that. And I'm like, but do y'all see what this dude did? Like, damn, how you feel about his rhetoric, how you feel about whatever. Take his color out of it, take what you feel about him out of it, and just look at the bare minimum facts. The dude is accused of raping a child. You're not going to tell me that's okay. And the moral of this Polight story, y'all, is, for one,
he's a scumbag.
He's definitely a disgusting scumbag. And I want private time with him. Pause. I want to shake his hand in person, but not with my hands. I got something else to... Second Amendment would be very much useful with him. Allegedly, if he did this. But y'all know people. And lastly, black men, we gotta stand up and damn this bro code or this no snitching or whatever the case may be. And when we know people are on fuck shit, we gotta hold them accountable, whether that be through street justice or through the law. This man had already been accused of this a few years ago in a haven of black men, and none of those black men stood the hell up and actually called him out for it in a way that was substantial enough to get charges brought up when they knew the shit that he was doing. If you can call it out when you're being catty because you mad at him over some money shit, then you can call him out on it and take that shit to the police if you got evidence on that. And anybody else in that camp or in his camp that knew about this, that is a black man, and I'm talking to black men because I can't blame black women for whatever they did because I'm not in charge of them. But I can say, as a black man, we in the same club, and it ain't nowhere in the world you gonna tell me a black man gonna be around me and I know that they fuck around doing shit like this and I don't say something or handle that shit way before. As soon as I know about it, that shit's supposed to be handled. And any other black man is supposed to stand on the same principle. That's my opinion, but I feel like that opinion is super valid. And if you feel differently, I gotta question your morals in life. I got to question it. Are you definitely a black man or not? Because the shit shouldn't have got this far. Point blank, period. We knew shit was wrong. And some of us, we stopped supporting him, but we didn't have the evidence. But them black men that's sitting around in his camp, like, I ain't gonna blame people that may have been in the supporter camp, because up until now, we ain't really had no real charges and no real evidence. So I get it. I respect it. I understand. I can't blame you for just not knowing. But now that we know, or them people that was in his camp that knew from the beginning, we got to stop in our community being quiet to try to save people because they black, or they black men, or they our boy, or they our homegirl, or they because they uncle whatever, or auntie whatever. This shit got to stop, yo. We got to care enough about our black women, our black children, and our black men that have been abused. And we got to actually put an end to this shit, man. And that's the morals of that story. Damn it. I can tell you what, the Podnas, we got manners, but we damn sure ain't polite. And we don't stand on nothing that, if you stand on anything similar to what Polight stand on, man, we fuck you. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And that's all I had to say about that. That's all my topics for this week, fellas. It's on you, Pat.
When a person is
it's time.
Oh man, when a person show you who they are, believe it. And I'm gonna show y'all who I am right now. I am full of the fuckery. Full of the fuckery this week. Because this week I have a full lot of stuff. So it's time, y'all. It's time. What is this? It's episode 40?
For the good.
This is episode 40, right?
It's time.
I think it is episode 40.
Yes. 40.
Oh shit.
40 Wody.
Oh shit, 10 episodes to 50. All right, but let's get this show on the road. It's time for the good and fuckery. Oh yeah.
Good and fuckery.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. So let me get the good. I'm gonna go with the good first, and then we're gonna get right into the fuckery part, because the fuckery is hilarious this week.
All right.
All right. In Norfolk, an opera singer and Norfolk native Frederick Valentine. And the crazy thing is, Valentine is actually a boulevard of Norfolk, but yeah, it celebrated a major achievement in his professional opera singing career, winning a Grammy. So, but if y'all don't know, yeah, we got some Grammys. This is some Grammys coming out of the 757. Man. This is a usual thing.
Let's go, VA.
It's the usual thing.
Let's go.
Another person from Norfolk. Norfolk welcomes Olympic silver medalist Keyshawn Davis. So another achievement. Olympic silver medalist Keyshawn Davis from Norfolk. Just wanted to shout that out.
VA. Let's go, VA. Stand up.
So outside of VA, Roy Jones Jr. and Felix Trinidad is entering the Atlantic City Boxing Hall of Fame. I thought that was cool because I think Felix was like one of my Felix was one of my favorites just off of cockiness or whatever, and Roy, Roy Jones, we all know about Roy
Jones. Of course. Yeah. Y'all must have forgot.
I was waiting for tears to see it.
Y'all must have forgot.
That's Tiz boy, Roy Jones.
Damn right, boy. Body head.
That was for some reason
can't be touched, can't be stopped, can't be moved, can't be rocked. We hide. When will you dig us learn?
That whole period of Roy Jones Jr. songs was so hilarious.
That John came out right in that 3-6 Mafia, Pastor Troy, Young Bloods era where we just get crunk music. It was perfect timing to knock a nigga out. And who better to sing about knocking a nigga out than Roy Jones? The greatest boxer of all time.
Since you brought this up.
The most talented boxer of all time, I should say.
I want to bring this up since you brought it up or whatever, but all music now is basically 3-6.
What?
All music now is basically 3-6 Mafia. Like hi-hats, the style, sometimes the minor key, darker tones with the 808 drums or whatever, like I can see a little bit of sprinkle of 3-6 in there. And
I was
some
about
other
to say,
people,
what the hell you talking about? But then I realized how many people have sampled them.
3-6 Mafia, man.
It's very.
3-6
They are heavy influence. I ain't gonna say it's all them, but I say they definitely are heavy influence. They one of the pillars.
I'm not gonna say I exaggerated, but this you can hear a sprinkle of 3-6.
No, hyperbole aside, you on to something.
Mm-hmm. But yeah,
that might be a topic
music
next week right there.
Oh yeah, I can build on that. I kind of just put somebody on the 3-6 not too long ago because they were listening to another group or whatever, and I'll save it for a topic for next week. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Yeah, on music.
There we go.
Kendrick Lamar last album is rumored to drop this week. He said this is going to be his last album, and he's moving on to bigger. I'm not going to say better things or whatever.
I'm like, what are you doing to do? You're going to be an executive? Because I'm like, what else are you known for talent-wise?
He's been dabbling with a lot of, like, I would say, tech in the techie field on a low.
Okay.
Like, he got like a techie company, like a tech.
So he about to pull like a millionaire.
Because I've seen it. He got like this one website. I'll have to look it up and build on it or whatever. And I think he got his own artist now, so he probably Baby King. So I think he's gonna work on that too. But he got a lot of things that he's working on in the background or whatever, in between his music or whatever. But his last album, the end of the last chapter, this is going to be big. So,
well,
everybody,
King Kendrick, you better come hard on the last one, baby. Otherwise, Drake gonna solidify himself as the best of his era.
I'm putting this
him or Cole.
I have not listened to a Kendrick project that I disliked. It might have been some songs that I probably listened to more than others, but the amount of songs that I listen to more than others or whatever is higher. Like, you have like you might have some artists or whatever, they pull out an album or whatever, and it's like 3 main songs you listen to, and the rest of them you just listen to just to have in the background or whatever. But with Kendrick, it's majority of the album I can go back to if I want to, and that's just me. Other people, they, like I said before, your cup of tea, my cup of tea.
I'm like that with every album but To Pimp a Butterfly. I love the content of To Pimp a Butterfly, but as far as like just listening, it's not an easy listen for me. Like, it's not like a lot of just tracks to just vibe to. So it's more of a like, I have to be in the mood for that. But the other albums that he's come out with, I'll definitely roll with you on that.
Well, on The Pimp a Butterfly, that's one of them ones where if I want to go that deep level, I'll listen to it. But it's still like maybe 1 or 2 songs I just grab on the playlist or whatever.
Yeah, I don't be trying to go that deep. I'm shallow, fat. I'm shallow as hell.
No, I mean it's probably the ones that you can listen to every day or whatever. Like the songs you could just listen to every day, like King Kunta or something like that or whatever. But I'm not gonna have on my regular commute or whatever. I'm probably not gonna have the extra deep songs up there because I'm probably focused on wherever I'm going to, pretty much. But yeah, it's supposed to be this week.
King Kendrick.
But, So Kendrick said, "Hey, we've been waiting for Drake and Ye, and they've been bickering and fighting over whatever or whatnot, and just been holding back on giving us the music. So I would just drop this right here. Here you go."
Man, what's the album title gonna be?
We don't know yet. The only I found out about this through he released something on Twitter, and it was a little plain looking little link that you click on to some random this random site that just said how he felt about this, how he felt about releasing his last album and what he's about to go do next in a cryptic way. And then boom, there you go. So and then that's kind of how I felt. That's kind of how I knew he's probably about to go the techie route. Just the way he dropped it, it was like some real techie stuff to do, to have like a little link to some random website that's not really a website. It's just a site just so you could say something to somebody to announce something, pretty much.
Okay, so like or like a web flyer almost.
Yeah, like pretty much. Yeah, you hit it right on the dot.
Gotcha.
Little bit of nostalgia for y'all, right quick.
Okay.
Toys R Us is back, y'all. It's going to be a little shop within the shop in Macy's. They're going to start
When did
in
it
New
leave?
York. A couple of years back, they went out of business.
That shit went bankrupt.
What down?
Yeah, that shit went
I
bankrupt.
didn't
Yeah,
know
they
they
went
ain't
out
got Circuit City.
They got Circuit City. If y'all know Circuit City, that was shit. I was about to say Radio Shack, but Radio Shack gone.
It was before Best Buy.
Best
That was
Buy.
Radio Shack. Before Radio Shack, that was Circuit City.
Exactly. Yep.
So I remember I got in trouble for shoplifting from Circuit City.
Damn CD.
Trying to get some bullshit too. I think it was some bullshit CDs. So we won't even no good CD.
Wine.
Just had time to grab something and go.
Wine sing on it.
There wasn't no Genuine. I ain't even like Genuine like that.
The Bachelor.
It might have been a Timberland and Magoo CD though. That would make sense. Timberland and Magoo or Jay-Z CD or something. Yeah.
All that smoke in the air.
Indeed. Shout out. Some of All Stars.
That's the dumb part too. I think it was a CD I already had too, that I was just trying to steal so I could just sell it.
That would be it. Man. That'll be the one. Yeah, I've seen that before. But yeah. Oh yeah. Toys R Us, they're releasing 400 stores in different Macy's. So yeah, that was the that.
Come on back, Toys R Us.
All right. For my anime heads, they're doing a live action Cowboy Bebop show on Netflix. If y'all not familiar, Cowboy Bebop is like a bounty hunter in space type anime. And I'll put it this way. If you're
like
not
Jonah
anime,
Hex.
Yeah. Kind of like that. Kind of. Yeah, it's coming out. They just like released some like pictures of the show, and I was surprised because sometimes cartoon, the live action, or whatever don't come out.
It doesn't usually come out looking well.
No.
Example, like Dragon Ball movie. Yeah, that Dragon Ball movie was trash. But yeah, we blame. It's trash, and that's for good reason. It's for good reason, man. I'm not even going to tell you to go. No, don't do it.
I'll keep it on the don't see list then.
No one should watch it.
Kind of like my last that Fantastic Four movie with Michael B. Jordan. I ain't really. When I saw Doctor Doom, I was like,
yeah, that movie was horrible.
Horrible. And I don't blame Michael B. Jordan like the rest of these people. I blame the movie, period, and that idea for Doctor Doom. But yeah, no here or there. What's a good? But it's if you ever seen that movie Blade Runner, or like Fifth Element, that type of futuristic feel, but this time you got bounty hunters or whatever. Like the face, like. I think you would like this if it's got the same vibe as the anime or whatever. I think you would like it.
Damn right, then I'll check it out. Yeah, I'm always down for a good movie.
But yeah, it's a it's gonna be a series. It's like an action series.
I'll check it out. I'll try it.
I'm gonna be entertained.
So, time for the fuckery. Well, no,
shit.
one more last thing. They're doing a Captain America 4, and after Anthony Mackie is going to be the new Captain America. So, with the way things went with the show, I think this is going to be good.
It should be.
The Marvel Cinematic Universe it's slowly coming out of the shell now.
Yeah, the show definitely did pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed
it. They if you haven't seen it, the Spiderman No Way Home trailer is out. That shit crazy.
Oh wait, let's go. I'm hyped to see this. This is about to change the direction of everything. Everything for the next phase is about to be unveiled in this. I think this is about to be that watershed movie. That's like, all right, now I see where y'all going with this. I see where you went.
You gotta do the slow build. It was the same thing with the first phase or whatever.
Yeah,
slow build,
absolutely.
But we didn't. All right,
we was just in that phase so long that after a while it was like we were used to it. It became the norm.
Yeah. And then we were just surprised that these movies were actually coming out because
that too.
I would have never thought an Iron Man movie came out, or a Captain America movie, or any other movies, especially Guardians of the Galaxy. Like when I knew,
when they came out with that, I was like, okay, it ain't no telling where we going now. We can go anywhere.
Yeah,
anything is possible.
And surprisingly, Ant-Man is a good movie. Ant-Man and Ant-Man, the second Ant-Man.
Yeah, Ant-Man was dope.
It's a good movie.
I rock with Ant-Man.
T.I. had me weak, and the other dude that was explaining everything had me weak.
I was a fan of Giant Man though in the comics too though, so I think I was already biased anyway. And then I love Paul Rudd. I think he's a fucking hilarious.
Yeah, you know this what they explained in the second movie or whatever, but you know it was like a second giant man, I think named Goliath, and that was that's what Lawrence Fishburne was playing. Pretty much. He was a black dude named Goliath or whatever. So, it's like millions of Avengers on the low.
Yes, it is. They are one of the deepest crews next to X-Men and X Factor.
Oh, I don't even know. Like I don't know who could be bigger between X-Men and Avengers. Because some of the X-Men are Avengers. So like
indeed. Yeah. And a lot of them are also X Factor.
Just remember this is the part right before we get into the fuckery, because we about to get into the fuckery. So we're gonna start this fuckery off, but hey, remember when you told us about Mutombo's son, Bobo?
Bobo, make your feet feel fine. Bobo costs $1.99.
Bobo said he ain't about to spend another $1.99 on a girlfriend that he just dropped because his IG model girlfriend put up a post that said "Gold Digger for life," and he hit her with the Mutombo finger.
No. Damn
so
right. Good job, Bobo.
So I wanted to give him the proper props and give him celebration for being a man and standing up
for being a man.
Stand up for men's rights
and not taking that shit
from nobody.
Good job, Bobo.
Mm-hmm.
You got that African warrior in your king. Good job, my guy.
Amen.
Good job.
Next amount of fuckery that delves with the first 4 letters of fuckery a little bit more. OnlyFans is shutting down porn in October 1st, and the women that put OnlyFans on the map are pissed.
Well, ain't nobody tell you, hey man, everybody know making a living off selling ass has an expiration date. If you're a prostitute or a stripper, At some point, your body is going to cause you to not be able to do that occupation anymore because you're not going to be viable to the customer base. Same thing with OnlyFans. It's a digital platform. At any point, digital platforms can come and go. Shit, look at Black Planet.
Mm-hmm.
Look at everything else. Like this, it is what it is, man. They be all right.
It's not even that, but I mean,
should have got you a real damn talent or skill.
Maybe OnlyFans is probably the first example of this, so they can carry on with it. But if another occurrence of a form of a platform comes out like this, and it's the sex workers that build it or whatever, they should already have like in their business plan that, all right, I need to find the next platform to jump to or whatever, because it's just like with Instagram.
Oh shit.
It's just like with Instagram. Instagram is doing practically the same thing, where I've noticed it's a lot of models or IG models that build off of IG or whatever, and their stuff is getting deleted just like that. But I mean, from the normal regular person you might know to the celebrity version, well, I know y'all don't know because y'all are married, but the people in the single world or whatever, if y'all notice, or some of the celebrities notice, that a lot of these have backup IGs now because
Man, I know about that. I'm hip to the young kid stuff, the finsters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know what a finster is.
You on a mute face?
Shit, I know a finster.
I said, I don't know none of that shit is. I don't be on the computer. I just found out what OnlyFans was a little bit ago because somebody else was talking about it.
Old man face.
But the format of OnlyFans itself is genius. Like, you don't have, I mean, it's not just for sex workers. Like, you could be an artist or whatever. The only reason why I would not use it is because it's just known for the sex worker part or whatever. But the way they have things set up or whatever, like you could sell art. Like let's take the sex worker part out of it. If you like,
no, you can't take that part out of it. They sell pussy on that, Pat.
No, I'm saying as far as the format.
They sell pussy and penis.
I'm saying as far as the format or whatever, if you were just an artist and you sold music or whatever like that.
Pat, every time they come up with a format like that, people gonna use it to sell pussy and penis, Pat. This shit is the oldest occupation in the world. People been selling pussy and penis and drawing pictures of it and shit on walls and all kinds of weird shit for all of human history.
I'm saying that you can say that, as far as social media, you could MySpace or whatever. I was just saying as far as
they sold pussy and penis. I'm sorry, that's why they keep saying it.
I'm just saying if it was another format like that and it was just dedicated to just art and music or whatever, it would still be the same format as OnlyFans. It's just that OnlyFans was taken over by pretty much sex workers. I don't want to say taken over, but I would say promoted and boosted and made known by the sex workers. So, hey.
So taken over?
But,
yeah. I put like this. In the next 5 to 10 years, it will become legal to have legal online prostitution. It will be. Because it comes against free will. No one's stopping anyone going there. As long as they have the right things to prohibit underage people from having that access there, they're going to end up making it legal because they can tax it. Anything that can be taxed will become legal. It's a money game. And at the end of the day, as long as everyone else is looking at everything else around it and not looking at the center of what moves all things, money's going to do it. But right now, there's too many people complaining and not enough revenue coming from it. But watch until it comes into billions. They're going to be like, whoa. Got to do something about this shit.
OnlyFans ain't in
There's
the
a lot of money.
billions yet. Y'all don't think?
I don't think so. I
I
don't know.
don't think they're in the
Let's look up
billions.
the gross. I don't
I
think they're
don't
in the
think so.
billions, but I think what Face is
Because
saying
you got
now.
people make money. People always gonna cap about how much money they're making. People always want to, yeah, I'm making this much. If people know it's no true way of you finding out how much money they truly make, they're gonna cap about how much they make. You feel me? So most of the people that saying, I make this off OnlyFans. How do I really know that's what you make? You can make a percentage of that. And you just came up with, no, I'm gonna say this. And that's gonna make people think I'm all this. So that's gonna drive more people to my shit so I can make more money. I know all them schemes, man. I know all that advertising schemes and all that shit. Come on now. Be more creative than that. But
It says,
my thing is I look at marijuana. Go ahead, Pat. Go
well,
ahead.
I was saying that they say that it started with a 6.6 million in profit. It went up to 60 million in profit. And the founder, Timothy Stokely, they say his net worth is around 120 million or whatever.
Okay.
Not
So
in the
it ain't a billion. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Now, I look at this. Something else that was recently made legal that was illegal for a long time. Now, nothing's been illegal as long as prostitution. But marijuana, that was damned, looked at as illegal, or it's from the devil and all this other shit, until we start making it legal based on the income it could derive for us. When states alone, a single state can make millions by itself off tax revenue, then they look at it, well, shit, if we pass all the states, look how much we make. Shit. We need to go ahead and start getting this shit done, man. Come on now. And then we could tie in and we could say it's for the black folks, but we really know it's for the money. Come on now. They gonna end up saying it's for women's liberation, it's for women's rights. Let them be able to do what they want to do. Who we say women can't do this and sell their bodies because they want to? It's the oldest crap. They gonna make it seem like it's for something else, but it's for money. 5 to 10 years.
Your white supremacist voice is hilarious. Come on now. We'll say it's for black folk.
I'm telling you, 5 to 10 years. Legalize
Come on,
prostitution. It's gonna be there. It's gonna be there because you gotta look at. You had Backpage, you had Craigslist, you had OnlyFans. The technology keeps advancing, and what they do keeps advancing. They gonna get tired of advancing and try to advance past something. They're like, man, just let them have it. Give it to them. We get the money out of it. Shit.
Well, I just want people to know anything. If you are part of a community and you advance a tech company, eventually, after a while, the freedoms that you had before is going to come with stipulations once they get to a certain amount of media fame and acknowledgement or whatever. This is the same thing that happened to that app Tumblr. Tumblr was like the wild, wild west. You could see any damn thing up there. And sometimes you see shit you don't want to see.
Oh, no.
But Tumblr got bought out by, I believe, Yahoo. And then after that happened, all the stipulations kicked up. At that point, everybody that was on Tumblr doing crazy shit, they started, and I think that's when they jumped to OnlyFans or whatever. And OnlyFans is only doing the same thing that Tumblr did and other companies done before. Same thing with IG. Shoot, Twitter is still the wild, wild west or whatever when it comes to crazy stuff on the internet. But now OnlyFans, they're seeking. Remember, you said they're not at 1 billion yet, but they're seeking funding at valuation above for like 1 billion. So they're talking about, getting somebody to get the company more mainstream and getting investors so they can get to that 1 billion mark, like the rest of the formats or whatever. And once they talk about that, once they get to a certain point like that, that's when they start putting in the stipulations, because those people that is funding them and putting all this money in know they can't market something that's too risque to the full public.
And that's when the big bucks start rolling in.
Yep. So It's the same thing. Same thing with Facebook. Same thing with Instagram. All the rest of them. Once the community builds it up to a certain point, that's when the stipulations come in.
If you build
all
it,
the rules,
they will.
You get into the Facebook jails. You shit.
You end up like Boosie.
30. Yeah. I mean,
Boosie badass.
Like, there is freedom of speech, but when you on a format, you on a platform or whatever, you're still under
It's
the
a private
stipulations of
company that run it.
platform.
You under whatever they want you to do. Anytime you're
It's
dealing with a private institution, it's up to them.
Even if what they're running is public, the more public it is, if they're private, the more stipulations it's going to be.
When I say private, I just mean it ain't government ran, so it ain't subject to like certain discrimination laws, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
This is what I don't get. People act like they got such a hard time understanding they can't say this on certain platforms. When you was in your mama house, could you say certain shit? No. You was under her house and her rules. You on IG, you go under IG rules. Indeed. You go on Facebook, you on the Facebook rules. You want to do what you want, you make your own shit.
Indeed.
There you go. Don't get mad when they have penalties and rules and you violate them. It's a page on there to put the rules. You choose not to read them and just instantly scroll all the way up, click I agree, so I'm going to continue. Read the shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
It's not illegal yet. You can still read. It's totally legal.
It is that.
I'll be honest, I don't be reading it. But I already know there's stipulations. That I'm already smart enough to know there's stipulations. It's just like if somebody gave me a whole paragraph on a text message and I know they're mad or something like that. I'm not reading all that shit.
But you know they mad.
Yeah, but I know you're mad. So I might actually, depending on how much I care, I might text back. I'm not reading all that shit, so they'll know. At least I'm being honest. You know what I'm saying? But no, here but
all that shit.
Mm-hmm. Like anytime you're making money off another internet platform, it's a hustle just like anybody else. It's just like if you're hustling on somebody else's street, pretty much, and they're allowing you to hustle. They're allowing you to hustle for a good amount of time until they get to a point or whatever that they're gonna have to clear house.
Pretty much.
And that's it. And
no lie detected there, boss.
Last on the good and fuckery. Tesla bots. They're here. They're real.
Nigga, what?
Out.
Tesla bots. What is that?
Bots.
Like Tesla robots? Is that John that was doing like cartwheels and all that shit?
I don't know if I seen it. I just seen the video. I know that, look, the design for it looked cool as heck. It looked like something I would design for my comic book. You know what I'm saying? Like, matter of fact, I feel like I designed an alien character that looked like a Tesla bot, real. But they say they're designed with like stipulations, like they can't hit you or whatever. They're docile or something like that.
What stop them from hitting you?
They have like a
do it got arms and hands and robot hands?
Yes.
3 laws.
They're humanoid.
They can hit
built humanoid.
I look at that the same way my grandfather used to tell me about dogs. If it got teeth, it'll bite you. If it got hands, it can hit you. I ain't trying to hear that shit. That robot gonna uprise, do a cartwheel, and drop kick the hell out of him.
I saw a meme or whatever where they showed the Tesla robot and then you scrolled over and then you see Will Smith from iRobot with the surprise face. So yeah. Matter of fact, Will Smith was the one that showed it.
I ain't fucking with it.
I ain't fucking with it at all. I ain't messing with them robot. That robot uprising will be real, man. Ain't got time for no T-1000s. Coming to ruin my day.
Keep me a super soaker in the trunk.
Super soaker. This thing look like it's made with plastic.
What the hell you gonna do with a super soaker?
I'm aiming for joints. I'm trying to rush the fuckers out.
Man, they got waterproof cell phones, man. You know they built that thing waterproof. That thing probably can go through the jungle and all kinds of shit. Because you know if they making it, they really making it so that they can try to figure out a way to use it for war.
Mm-hmm. Get some acid.
It's always next. That's the only reason. If they get some kind of government grant or anything like that, that's what they use. I would say they're getting the government grant, and it's going to be under the guise of just knowledge, scientific knowledge building and stuff like that or whatever. But in the back of the head, the government is like, yeah, let's get this before somebody else gets it and put guns to it.
Yep.
Yeah, before they start making the Tony Starks.
What you say, Faye?
They probably already got 20 of them out there now.
Mm-hmm.
This is true. I would not argue against that. You probably right.
Over there doing secret missions and taking them down and shit.
Yeah.
They said that Musk, who has spoken repeatedly about his fears of runaway artificial intelligence, the guy that has the Tesla bot has fears of artificial intelligence.
So why the hell are you making it?
I think it's the Tony Stark's thing or whatever. Trying to make it
Tony
first.
Stark made Ultron.
Yeah, exactly. That too. But I also think it's more bragging rights, man. I think it's more bragging rights than anything. Elon Musk wants to be Tony Stark's so bad. He's even been in the movie. So, and he's trying to beat Tony Stark before Jeff Bezos becomes Lex Luthor without the smarts. And what was the other guy? Richard Branson, something like that. They got the Branson. Yeah, they got Virgin, the space. I don't know what you would call that. The space ride or whatever. Space cruise. Yeah.
I don't know if that's really what it's called, but it sounds right.
I think that's what he's leading up to. He's trying to be like the motherfuckers from Fifth Element. They got the spaceship cruise ship with the blue lady singing opera and whatnot or whatever. But I really think Elon
money that would make.
I heard
shit. You got a space cruise.
Exactly.
Shit.
And I think if they're not the one to invent it, they want to be the one to spark the company years down the line that will create everything in the future or whatever.
Yeah, they be doing too damn much.
Nah, they watched all those futuristic 90s movies or whatever. Because I mean, if you think about it, and
Listen.
What'd you say, Faye?
Them niggas is just trying to repeat what they seen in the movies with their money. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. Because
I mean, hope it don't end like them movies. Them movies be ending wild as shit.
Exactly. But like in movies and like science fiction, they got like some kind of communicator device that they can talk directly to people all over or whatever. That's pretty much all social media is now. Social media is the backbone of all that little stuff that you see on science fiction or whatever. When they had the
beginning of it,
the phones that had the hologram or whatever, that's about to happen. They already got hologram concerts. They're gonna have that soon.
Yeah, you're right on that.
He says the Tesla bot is intended to be friendly, quotation marks, but that the company is designing the machine at a mechanical level so that you can run away from it and most likely overpower it. And it will be 5 feet 8 inches tall, weigh 125 pounds, and have a
I'll beat the shit out of that robot. I'll beat the shit out of that robot. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah. So now you feel comfortable.
Yeah, I'll beat the hell out of that robot. Yeah. That's not even an option. We ain't even worry about that.
The code name for the bot is called Optimus. What else they have? The robots are designed to handle tasks that are unsafe, repetitive, or boring. Man, yeah, that's pretty much it. The main thing.
So the migrant workers about to really lose their jobs.
Yeah,
That's what I see this being used as, like from mass jobs like that, like factories and farms and shit like that.
Yeah. So the companies with the racist bosses would just get robots, but at the same time, they may still want migrant workers because the robots and the maintenance for the robots may be expensive.
See, crazy white people, they didn't. Ain't nobody took your job. Nobody took your job.
No, who took your
job? These robots taking your job.
You took their job.
Tell you what though, I still don't care. I don't care how much the Elon is. You better not make no damn robot that come fuck with me. I ain't got time for this shit. It's enough shit out here to get a black man. I ain't got time to be facing no robots and having standoffs with toasters and shit.
Look, just because you can beat up the robot though. Oh, well, go ahead, Faith.
They are also making advances in technology. Y'all ever seen the movie Minority Report where they can predict crimes before they happen?
Oh, yeah, that's been going on.
With the precogs.
They're working on that now too.
Oh, geez.
Oh, they've been on.
What they doing with precogs?
They've been doing that. Yeah. That's a concept that's been going on for a while. Like I've seen it in all kinds of media, especially comic books. Everything starts from comic books, it seems like. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What I was going to say?
I don't know.
People don't buy the Tesla bots and just use it as your sparring partner because you couldn't beat up nobody else in your life or whatever. I can just see people just getting the Tesla bot and then putting the screen on their face of somebody they don't like, and then just they're running away from it and then start punching it like they're super fast or they want to be Goku or something to the Tesla bot or whatever. Don't do that, because that's going to be the thing that sparks the artificial intelligence rebellion. And then next thing you know,
very possible.
Next thing you know, we're going to have Sentinels and stuff killing us, all kinds of crazy stuff from the X-Men, all the other stuff.
No.
Robots. iRobot, The Matrix.
If it lets me turn into Wolverine or the Hulk, though, I'll take it.
Yeah, I'll keep Wolverine's, healing factor. I don't want his claws. I'm gonna be honest with you, because every time the claws ripped out of his hands, he feels it. That shit hurts every single time.
Good point. I don't want it. I'll take the Hulk's power.
Every single time. I don't want that. I already said it. I'll take his healing factor and Bishop's power. So like laser rays and stuff and bulletproof skin. I'll take that. If I have bulletproof skin, I really won't need the healing factor, but you never know. Somebody come through with a hollow or something. I might need that healing factor. Face is weak. Face weak as heck. Oh, he's just stoned. That could be a possibility.
Bulletproof skin shit.
Huh? You said what?
Bulletproof skin. Bulletproof skin. Moisturize.
Oh man. I don't know, man. If depending on the bulletproof skin, man, I might be shiny. I might be shiny as heck. If I put lotion on me, man, I might be reflective. What if I'm like Colossus and then my skin just turned metal and shit every time bullet hits or whatever?
Oh man.
The women would love me. Oh man. But yeah, that is the good and fuckery, y'all.
Okay. Now, with the end of the good and fuckery comes the beginning of Faces movie segment. This week we're going with 5 movies that deserve prequels, sequels, or remakes, and 5 movie sequels that should not have been made. Now, first off, we have The Goonies. Great movie. Great movie. I think it deserves a sequel. Group of kids get together, go on a little treasure hunt, find and shit at the end. But it just leaves you off like, okay, they saved their neighborhood and they just go their merry way. No, we know they still was in the same neighborhood. They all still chill together. They all went on another adventure. Show us the next adventure. Something else had to happen.
They got rich. So I would love to see them as adults and see, like maybe the money was cursed, so they got to go back and put some back or something.
Something, right? Like the ship just went off into the sea. Like, give me a second movie with that one. The Goonies, that deserves a sequel, man. Bring that back. 2021, we got some good kid actors nowadays. You feel me? Like we can make something good now.
True.
Second one, Blue Streak. I think that deserves a sequel.
That
man.
was a good movie.
Blue Streak, man.
Come
Well,
here,
Martin-
baby, you jumpy baby.
That was a great-
That was that Jay-Z
Dave
song.
Chappelle
Yeah.
stole the show in that movie.
Oh yeah.
Pure
Gang,
scene stealer.
gang.
He stole the show in that shit.
But I'm saying we can do a part 2 of that one too, man. Like Martin got away, went to Mexico. Some could have made him have to come back to the States with Dave Chappelle. You feel me? Like Martin found out he had a son. Dave Chappelle the son came up on the Dave Chappelle wing, and he was a messed up criminal too. He had to come back and save his son, get his son out of the situation. Could have been son, man. Like Blue Streak 2.
Along the
Yeah.
same lines, another All About the Benjamins wouldn't have been bad too, along that same style of movie.
Yeah.
I'd appreciate that one too. Now, another sequel. Now, these two, I couldn't just settle on 5. So these two are tied for the 3rd place. Number 3 sequels, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? I need it. I need the next part of that, man.
Yeah, that is true.
It just left you all like,
What the fuck happened?
Toontown, man. Like, Toontown, is something else gonna happen? It got to. You ain't just say it in Toontown was like happy. Oh, what the fuck happened? Them crazy ass tunes, man. Give it to me. You feel me? Got all these other animated movies coming out. If you can make a Space Jam 2, you can make a Who Framed Roger Rabbit 2.
That's true.
I was literally
Now,
thinking that.
Right beside that, personal favorite, Big Trouble in Little China, man. Now, Rock said he was gonna remake the junk a couple years ago. Never came out. But I don't know if it's still in the making. But if so, that'll be a great movie to remake.
You said The Rock or Rock?
Rock, like The Rock, Dwayne Johnson.
Okay, I thought you meant like Rock, like old Charles Dutton, bald head black man. Oh, Joey!
Not him. No, not him. Big Trouble in China, man. That's one of my personal favorite movies, man. Like I
was about to be
love
like,
it.
what the hell, old Charles Dutton, strong neck ass gonna do?
Go see that movie. Go Google it, bring it up. It's on YouTube, free with no ad. Free with ads, man. Look it up, man. YouTube movies, Big Trouble in Little China. It deserves a sequel.
Joey!
I think it might be on Netflix. It might be on Netflix. I don't know.
It might
Right,
be.
right.
Now, this movie, I think it deserves a 2021 or 2022 remake, New Jack City, with newer actors in it. Because we got a couple good actors out there, black or white. It really don't matter because you had a multitude of different positions they could play in the movies, especially for the criminals and the cops. You feel me? Like whoever will play the Ice-T role will be a good actor for that. I don't really know off the top of my head who would play that role, but I think that movie deserves a remake. And
Me.
the next one, I
can play Ice-T role.
Prequel, Training Day. Training Day needs a prequel, man.
I know who should play Ice-T role. Juicy Smollett.
Tecumseh.
Juicy Smollett.
Is it Tecumseh?
I said Tecumseh. No, because you said I know.
Hey,
the way you said it.
Hey, yo,
I thought
I'm
you were about
sorry.
to say that.
I'm gonna tell y'all about the mental bad work when y'all said Tecumseh. I imagine the Pookie scene when he in there and it's like thundering and lighting outside and he's sitting there with the crack pipe. And I just imagine him sitting there with a burger like, oh, I've been trying not to put my dick in this burger. Oh! And then he just and they just showed us the shadow of him in the rain with the burger as lightning strikes around him.
Wherever that movie was with the scene, they said, I got these 2 cheeseburgers, man.
Menace of Society.
Okay, yeah, that's Tecumseh.
Yeah, don't eat them cheeseburgers.
I don't think that's cheese.
Different
like
movie for a
Swiss
different color.
That's Swiss sauce.
I don't like Swiss.
Okay.
Provolone?
No, with the end of the beginning list of the prequels, sequels, and remakes comes these bullshit sequels that were made that should never have been made. I'm gonna start off with one movie I fucking hate that should never have been made. Belly 2.
Oh my God,
Why?
amen.
Agreed.
I
Agreed.
hate the
They should
game.
never
But
made it. They should never signed off for the title being used. It wasn't even nothing dealing with the first movie. It was nothing. There was Games Day in the Hood. That all that movie was. It won't belly. It had
Games
nothing to do
Day
with
in the Hood.
yeah,
No, I saw a couple bellies, but the movie won't about belly. Like, nothing. Movie should have never
and
been made, man.
and whoever that
Period.
Asian girl in that one scene that was talking that whole time, that was just talking up a storm the whole time in the middle of some kind of deal. That's the one part of that movie I remember. She needed to shut up. She annoyed the heck out of me. I don't know who picked her, but she used that moment as her time to shine, and it annoyed the heck out of me. So yeah, I'm gonna shut up. That was my rant about Belly. And the game, you do so much flaw shit, and Belly 2 is on your list of flaw shit that you do. We'll use that as another topic for another time.
Yeah, that's
I'll
one of the
do that.
worst movies ever made.
Now,
Yes.
next on this bullshit movie that should never been made. Blade 3. Horrible. Don't fuck with Blade 3, man. Blade 2? Okay.
Is that the one with
Blade
Ryan
3.
Reynolds in them?
Yeah, and they got Triple H. They had Triple H as a vampire. Yeah.
I didn't mind it that much, man.
Yeah.
I didn't mind it, but
Yeah.
it wasn't
I
good, and
didn't.
it wasn't as good as the first two.
Agreed.
Yeah,
It didn't add to the second one. You feel me? It didn't make
at
it a
all.
trilogy. Like that movie being the best one of all three films. Like if you're gonna make a trilogy and you're gonna come after Blade 2 and Blade 1, Blade 3 should have been something to top it off to make that all-time trilogy. But you just damaged the franchise with making that bullshit movie trying to pile too many stars and all. Let's bring a wrestler in. Let's bring this person in. No, motherfucker. You
It was definitely too
bring the
star
light.
heavy.
You feel me? You bring the light off of Blade. It's Blade. It's about Blade. Not smart ass mouth Ryan Reynolds, not Triple H, not the other people, not the no man. You try to do too much, man. Anytime they try to do too much in a sequel, you fuck it up. And you end up fucking up the whole franchise, which they did. That's why Blade is not looked at in the Marvel Cinematic Universe as it should be. Because of that third bullshit movie. Now, number 3, Independence Day 2. What was the point? We killed the aliens in the first one. We knew if they came back, we were gonna kill their ass in the second one too. So you wasted all that money making a number 2 for the same fucking result. We still won.
Guess what? I was smart. I never saw Independence Day 2. So to me, ID4 is still the first one. The original is still the only one that exists to me.
I'll say I've seen parts of it, but I didn't finish it.
I refuse to watch it.
It's no need to watch. It's a waste of money. It was a waste of money. The movie was okay for what it was, but to be a sequel, no. You did nothing more than we did in the first one. You didn't kill them even more. You still killed them. Then we lost some people in the first one.
You
We
didn't kill
lost
them even more.
Because of no aliens. So we still won the battle with the aliens. I mean, I can see if it ended differently and be like, oh, it set us up for a part 3 where the aliens came in and really fucked us up and we lost. And then that's just how the movie ended. We just lost. But no, we still won. So no point.
I like the
Next one.
concept that they use, like the aliens technology and stuff like that. But the aliens
They did that in the first one almost.
no, I mean like at this point or whatever, they didn't infuse it with modern day technology or whatever with everywhere in the world. So like I like that aspect of it. And then but it's like they came back bigger and better. You would think it would be a lot more devastation or something like that. Like if they're smart enough to go light years away over to another planet, it makes no sense that the planet that they're taking over that's primitive compared to their technology wins. Like it just doesn't make any freaking sense. Twice.
2 times. Two times.
I can understand the aspect of like, all right, they can't breathe our air, and that was their weakness or whatever. But they came back with the knowledge that hey, we can't breathe their freaking air. And then the aliens are stupid for trying to take over a planet where they can't breathe it.
Yeah, they stay coming here doing stupid shit like that. Either that or they allergic to water.
It's
Dumb
You're
as
just
fuck.
dumb shit.
it's millions of
Dumb as fuck.
planets. It's billions of planets in the universe.
Why didn't you scan us first?
You pick one that you can't live on? Like, what don't make any sense.
This is my thing. They make movies with aliens that are smart enough to have this advanced technology, but dumb enough not to plan before they do all this bullshit.
At all. Came all the way over here with no plan.
Yeah. So, next movie, Big Mama's House 2. What the fuck? Why? That was a money grab, man. That's all it was a money.
So was
But
the
what
third
are those
one
movies?
with the new boy.
Exactly.
All those were money
Big
grabs.
Mama House 2
Yeah.
and 3, I should put on this list. Both of them are equal. But Big Mama House 2 and 3. Why? Martin.
That was just to get Martin some money after he had lost his career.
Thanks for money. But those movies shouldn't have been done. I know they brought you a certain amount of family revenue because it's a good family movie. People can go see it and all that. No, that movie.
I saw it on bootleg. I ain't gonna lie.
Both of them, 2 and 3, both suck. 1 I didn't particularly like that much, but it is what it is. It didn't garner enough.
Anytime a black man wears a dress in a movie, I feel like that's a money grab. I feel like that's a money grab anyway, period. There's no other reason why they would do it. Oh, it's for, the art of funny. It's a lot of things that's funny in the world, man. A man in a dress ain't too funny to me. It just looks ridiculous.
Last one on my list that should have been Fast and Furious 3 through 9. Should never have been made.
And
I don't think after the first one should have been made.
Nah.
Anyone but what about family?
Hey man, damn family.
That shit shouldn't have been made, man. It
Fuck
just
them
kept
kids.
running into the
I don't know them
ground,
niggas.
people.
I'll tell you.
How
I'll
many
tell you.
times can we race cars? I mean, damn.
Hold on. What?
I would say the plot started going away from that whole genuine thing, because Fast and Furious came out in that age where there was the Biker Boys movie and all that other stuff, and that was like the main one that jumped. I will tell you the one that I feel like there was no purpose of making it was that Tokyo Drift one with Bow Wow.
That's 3. That's 3.
I don't know which one it is, but I will say I can tolerate 3 through 9 if it gives me that scene where they were at the cookout at the end, and I think it was Tyrese or somebody tried to joke on The Rock, and The Rock said something about his forehead and like clowned the shit out of him real quick, and it won't supposed to be in the. It was like improv, but it made it to the movie. If you give me that moment over and over again, 3 through 9 worth it.
And Tyrese been emotional about that scene ever since.
Tyrese been emotional since he got off that damn bus singing Speed Lady.
Talking
about something do always Coca-Cola.
Look, Tyrese, we're birthday twins and all, but you gotta get your shit together, man. You need to go chill out with LeBron, one of our other birthday twins or whatever. Stay away from Tiger Woods. Go chill with LeBron and get your life together or whatever.
He a 30th.
Him, Tiger Woods, and LeBron, and the Padawan.
I see it in the other two, but I don't see the Capricorn in that nigga. That nigga weird.
I don't know what's up with him.
He must got some Sagittarius rising or some Aquarius moons or something. That ain't no Capricorn.
Nah, he just fucked up. Like that's him. The anomaly in the Capricorn.
And now we're gonna move on.
What more do you want from me?
Motherfucking Tavern.
Sweet lady, won't you be mine? Sweet boy can sing. I ain't gonna lie.
She will.
Jody, that is
Jody,
you. Are you?
Call for
is
your
that the
mom.
Jody that had the
Jody? Nah, Jody.
Hey, before I move on to my next segment, I want to bring up this fact, man. There are 2 people related in the Hollywood industry who people keep forgetting are brothers. And one of them is so underrated. Omar and Cuba Gooding Jr. You feel me? These niggas is brothers. These niggas is brothers. Omar's underrated like shit.
How you think that make me feel, Jody? You think I feel like a man?
And what was that Nickelodeon show this nigga was on?
Wild and Crazy Kids, nigga. That was the best Nickelodeon show ever. Wild and Crazy Kids was that show.
Omar is so underrated, man.
And hanging with Mr. Cooper. He was on Hanging with Mr. Cooper too.
Yes. Exactly, say it again, Pat. We ain't hear you. Go ahead, say it again. You know we can hear you.
He was. Right? Oh, okay.
Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Nigga gave us 3 translations of that shit. It sounded like he was practicing for like an audition. Hanging with Mr. Cooper. Hanging with Mr. Cooper. Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Cooper? Cooper.
We got
it. But now, let's go ahead and move my topic of the night, man. Last topic of the night, I just want to bring up something serious, man. It's homelessness in America, man, and what's going on with it. Now, from a couple of videos I've been watching, man, it's a lot of different reasons why people are homeless. And in a lot of these major cities, there's a lot of homelessness going on, but what is really being done for us? So I just want to highlight a couple things about homelessness situation in America and just vibe on it real quick. First, they want to bring up, like, in a lot of major cities, especially New York, there's a very large population of homeless people, but a population of those people are medical refugees. A lot of people move to New York because a lot of medication they give there are free, and people move there and don't have nowhere to live because they need the free medication. So they choose, I can either go ahead and live off my medication and just find a way to do it, or I can live where I'm living at now with my income and then can't provide for my health. So people are put in situations like this because of how our medical industry is. Some people are made homeless just because of medical decisions they have to make to get their medicine. And in a country like America, that really shouldn't be a decision you have to make
at all.
You should be able to get your medicine and be able to make a living for yourself. To me, a medical refugee had to live on the streets because you have to make that decision so you can get your medicine. That ain't right, man. And my next thing, as the numbers continue to grow with the homeless population, why has no billionaire really stepped up to do nothing? We give out humanitarian awards every year to people who have all this money, but what are they truly doing to be humanitarians? Like, the most humanitarian thing I can think of is trying to help end this homeless thing. You feel me? Like, we have in these large cities and even in these small cities where actually you have large communities of homeless people who've taken over blocks, and that's just known as their area. I mean, it's so many rundown buildings in these same communities that we can't repurpose and do something for these homeless people, get them off the streets. Yeah, it's millions of programs of pedophiles and bullshit like this, but you don't have no programs you can put homeless people in who just don't have it. You may have somebody who's mentally incapable of doing something for themselves, but they're just out on the street because decisions. You feel me? Like, sometimes it's somebody's decisions and life decisions who made them get out on the street. Other times it's just life situations. But at the end of the day, it's too many billionaires and millionaires in America. We floss and ball and all this other shit, but when it comes to helping the next man and really helping our people, I don't give a fuck what color you are. Like, it's too much money in America to have people on the streets, man. It is.
No, that's 100% real.
That's real shit.
Well, all these architects, you feel me? Like, no architect want to do nothing pro bono out this bitch. You feel me? Like, it's all this land out here. All these millionaires and billionaires want to buy land and build communities. Buy some land, get some storage containers, make some residences out of storage containers. That's a new thing now. You can make a house out of storage containers. You feel me? Like, very easily. It's very cheap as well. You can do this and just make a little community for them. They're no longer homeless. They have a residence, and you can do a program. You feel me? If you think they're on drugs or something, put them in a program. Make that a condition of them living in the place. Boom. Do different shit. Give them incentives to try to get out of the situation they're in. Or you just contributing to the situation. You feel like, if we're not helping, we're not doing shit. We're contributing to it. Mm-hmm. It's 2021. We got the technology to do anything and everything we want to do, but we still dealing with the same homeless situation we were dealing with the 60s, 70s, 80s. And it's only getting worse.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Go ahead.
No, I was about to say it is getting worse. And I see it's like so many vacant buildings just out there. And I see these buildings, then they been there for like forever, ain't been used or anything. Be there for like 10 years, and you just imagine how many people could probably fit that could live in that building, pretty much.
Nah, that's real. And I'll say this. Morally, you're right about every single thing you said. I think the biggest issue with the solutions that you posed, or even billionaires getting together and like really doing something about it, is say they got together, they made them containers into the homes, they got them up and running with electricity and plumbing. They got the people off the streets, got them help with their drugs and all that stuff, right? The amount of jobs available in this country still doesn't equal the amount of people that are currently homeless when you consider what homeless really means. So, like, what the problem ends up being is the jobs that would be available to a lot of them wouldn't necessarily grant them the money to be able to maintain the home after they given it. So with property taxes, with like just home repair and stuff breaks down around the home and stuff, like, it's not sustainable. So like as long as we're under capitalism, nobody's going to invest that type of money for something that's not going to be able to sustain and actually be a long-term solution to the problem. Like, it'll stopgap for like maybe a generation, but then as the homeless population builds up again, as those homes deteriorate, as people can't afford them no more, etc., we right back to square one. I think the biggest, easiest way to fix it is to do what you said do, but like get to a socialist system where like the people control the money through a democratically elected government. Like, had a government kind of dole out the funds, and they act as like the banker, and they basically pay all of the utilities and stuff for those people, for your housing or whatever, and those people's contribution to basically pay for that, or to have the government pay for them, is for them to actually doing work. So them going to do some type of jobs that provide to this society. That's what substantiates the government then paying for their utilities and stuff. Then it can work, because then you got a way for them to like really be able to sustain that. But I think that's the biggest issue, is just we're so such. That's why we got so many homeless. Like, we're so stuck on such a greed-based society where it's like, I got to get mine over you getting yours. It pushes out a lot of people who may just need some help. But instead of people reaching out to help, it's like, well, why would I if it's not going to be sustainable? And then I'm going to have to give up my resources. I'll just keep all my resources.
Man, it brings me to another point. How much role should the government truly play in assisting that? You feel me? Because at the end of the day, the government is for the people, by the people. You feel me? But if the people don't care, what can the government truly do at the end of the day? So then it falls on the hands of those who have and those who want to help. That's why I brought up the billionaires in the first place. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, these billionaires are true trendsetters. These billionaires influence the everyday person to do whatever. We got a billionaire right now. He said, let's wear holy clothes and shoes that look like space shoes. People are going to do it and go buy this shit and walk around to look homeless, who are not really homeless. Speaking of Kanye West, because the clothes this motherfucker puts out are wild as shit and has these holes in it, and motherfuckers walk around looking like they dirty as shit with his brand new clothes. If this same crazy motherfucker said, you know what, I'm going out for every day for the next year and I'm going to get a homeless person in here, how many people on his level would just try to do it just because this motherfucker doing it? I'm going to outdo him. He doing one person, I'm going to do two.
Now, small scale operation like that, where they going out and they get like one person, they just helping them a little bit, maybe not building them a whole home and all that, but like, let me get you some job assistance, let me get you some drug assistance, let me get you some fresh clothes, you know, an interview, or connect you with some people. That could be something that would be dope. That could be a dope trend that could get started if a billionaire did it. That's something that is actually feasible.
Now, the shit that Jay-Z, I forgot who doing it with Jay-Z, but they just they big investors in this rent to home and shit now. So they just invested in it. I forgot who doing it with Jay-Z with this. They getting with this rent to home company, and it becoming a real big. So I mean, that's gonna help. But shit on that scale, oh y'all motherfuckers get in on that shit. Y'all got the money to do it. You feel me?
I think it might have been Will Smith.
If Akon can bring power to Africa, they can damn sure do it.
You feel me? Like y'all rappers, y'all spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on a chain. For what? And they're gonna appreciate them diamonds ain't appreciate with no value. You feel me? That fluctuates. Help a motherfucker out. You feel me? Pay that shit forward. Somebody had to give you a record deal. Help one motherfucker. I ain't telling you to heal the world with your money and go broke trying to change the world. But goddamn, the next homeless motherfucker you see and you know he homeless, take that motherfucker and change his life.
I tell you how you change a homeless person's life. When you see a motherfucker struggling before they are homeless, when you see a motherfucker just struggling, go ahead and help them then. If you got the means to do something at that moment, even
before
if sometimes it's as simple as just being a shoulder to listen, being somebody that can be there for them and be emotional support for them. Because a lot of people that's homeless, it starts as like mental and emotional issues that's unchecked. You know what I'm saying? It's not always financial. Sometimes it's like they end up financially destitute because they're going through severe depression or manic episodes or stuff like that, you know what I mean? Or just life issues that then drove them over the edge and caused them to have mental breakdowns. So I think one of the biggest things we could do that's free is to just, what can we do even on a just small level? Like, let me just be there to listen to your story real quick. Let me just see if I know somebody that can help you with what you're saying. I might not have the means, but my uncle might be able to hook you up with a job or at least point you in the right direction, like helping people before they get homeless. You know what I mean?
It needs to be like cultural, like some type of cultural change or whatever. Because in our capitalist society, homelessness, poverty is looked down and frowned upon. Period. It's not, all right. Some is like looked at with some sympathy, but for the most part, or whatever, it's looked at more like an illness that you don't want to get. You don't want to touch them. You don't want to go near them. You feel like if you touch them, you'll end up getting broke too, pretty much. And that is like the mentality of the capitalist society. So, like, in order to change, you would have to change the system up some type of way. Like, I feel like,
yeah, the capital
I feel like
drives the mentality behind people thinking that they have to be in this rat race and that they have to outdo somebody. If you get it to where the mentality shifts us all for one through the government and it becomes part of our policies and procedures, it's easy to shift the mentality. But as long as the system is set up to support people who are greedy, you're going to lean more toward that being the dominant thought process as opposed to what is really our natural thought process, which is to be communal and to like kind of, you know, help each other out. And I do this and you do that and you scratch my back, I scratch yours. Like it's the system that fucks everything up.
I think, and then along with that, it's like even with people, some people that they give or whatever, and they make a spectacle of it. I think one is not like when someone actually does something, I don't think it's actually blown up more than it should. Like I feel like spectacles and drama and trivial stuff is blown up more than somebody highlighting if they did something positive, which is also part of the mentality that people really just tune in when there's some type of spectacle or controversy and everything. But that's also because this capitalist society and the way media is set up has got our minds into thinking that way. Pretty much. So like it's a cultural thing that needs to be done to push onto the government so they can push on to the people that actually have the money and the resources to do so. Because I mean, even with some like philanthropists or whatever, like a lot of them, they get a lot of tax write-off. I don't know, maybe if we reward them with more tax write-offs or whatever, or a bigger tax write-off for doing something like that or whatever, but it's not, you're not going to get too many people that's going to do something unless they're going to get something out of it, pretty much. Like that's the whole problem.
Most people don't mind working as a team or building with their fellow man, but most people are not altruistic by nature at this point. We've been in hierarchical societies for too long, whether it be the feudal system, the caste system, capitalism, even communism, where the government is literally big brother type shit, where they run every aspect of the people's lives. You're basically looking at a bunch of different systems where there's a reward for you being the top of something. The only system that I can think of, that I know of, I'll say, that I've studied enough of to kind of understand is socialism, because that's a system where, like, even the government itself, the power of them to do anything is given to them strictly by the people, and the people can take it away at any point. You know what I'm saying? Like, the people are where everything resides, and it's spread evenly. It's not like there's no incentive for me to make more than Padawan, when me and Padawan gonna have the same thing. No matter how much money I got, I'm still gonna have what Padawan had, because that's how the system dictates. When it's set up like that, I lose the incentive. There's no more, I need a better car than him to get a better woman than him to get a better perceived life than him. There's no more need to stunt or flex on anybody, because we're all having the same access to the same things. So at that point, it becomes more about character values, actual talents and skills. He's going to be considered cooler or whatever based off of his actual personality and the talents he brings to the table. He's an artist, so he's going to automatically get more cachet socially in certain aspects, because he can do more in that aspect as far as talent. But it's not going to be based on him having more money than me or anything. And at that point as well, the money is so evenly distributed. It's not this top heavy thing where we got, where like just the people in the government, or just the monarchy, or just the top 1% got all the money. Everybody got the money. So it's like, there's no room for poverty, because there's enough money for everybody to technically have a home, live comfortably, and the technology we have of what we could all eat. The problem is the top groups in each society, whether it be in a dictatorship, whether it be in a communist society, whether it be in a monarchy, whether it be in a republic like we have, where it's based off capitalism. The whole world is run by systems where the top part keeps all of the wealth and resources and are rewarded for that mentality. Whereas we need a system where that's flipped on its head, where you're rewarded for actually being good, where you're rewarded for actually putting work and time into a skill that benefits others. You feel me? Like, those are things that like changes the mentality, because now I don't have this pressure of I need to get this stuff, because if not, I can't be successful. And when that pressure is alleviated, now I can focus on just, what am I passionate about? People are mistreating me, not because I have less than them, but because literally I'm a jerk. How do I fix that? Like, I'm able to focus on certain things because the focus isn't on what I got.
It also got to be a system that can't be corrupted or persuaded by companies more than the citizen. Like, the company can't outweigh the citizen. The citizen's view of it should outweigh the company, pretty much, because mathematically, population-wise or whatever, you have a population of people against one person. They try to treat.
In a socialist society, though, companies are not for profit. Companies are to serve the greater good. So at that point, it's like you have people working in these factories and these companies and these tech companies. Their job is not to make more money than somebody else. Their job is to literally make a higher quality product to serve the greater good, because the company itself is technically the money that it makes goes into funding the infrastructure and the government and running the public systems. It goes to funding healthcare. It goes to providing college education and schools for anybody who wants it. It goes to creating equal access to housing, to where there are no homeless people, because we all live in a similar style house, to where my house is not better than yours. So I don't need a mansion. I have what my family actually needs. I have the size house that fits my family size, as opposed to me living in excess. So again, like, if you was to break down a system where you start at socialism and then you take all of these fundamental aspects of like what does real socialism entail, you eliminate that corporate greed, because now a company's not ran by their profit margin. A company's worth to the government and to the people and to the society is literally how good of a quality product and how useful is this to us on a day-to-day basis. Which means that the scientists at a corporation, they not worry about meeting the deadline. They worry about churning out the top-notch creation that they can come up with. A musician isn't worried about their bottom line because they will make the same thing that the school teacher make. They're now literally just freed up to think about, how can I make the absolute best piece of music that I can come up with? How can I express myself in this drawing or this painting the most free way I can? How can I teach this lesson to these children in the most retainable way possible for them? You see what I'm saying? Like the mentality shifted because you're not out for profit. Everything, like you're guaranteed a set amount of money that covers your basic bills and needs to pay these companies that are then paying the government to run all of these larger social programs. So it's like everybody's working for the greater good. So it's like, I don't have a pressure to go in the rat race. My only pressure is, how can I raise my societal standing through my good works? Like, if you think about it, if you eliminate money, right, and you eliminate like that class system to things, there's no racism, because now my race don't mean shit. My race doesn't guarantee me certain privileges. All my race guaranteed me is that I burn quicker or less quick in the sun. My nose is going to be shaped a certain way. But outside of that, like my culture still, my ethnicity still will mean something, but my race really ain't gonna mean nothing no more, because racism was a construct created in order to subjugate other human beings and provide a rationale for it. So when you eliminate that capitalist society, like all of those other structures that have sprung from a caste, feudal, or capitalist mentality go away, because the structures aren't there to support it anymore. Like the main reason racism and classism exist still today is because we have governmental systems and policies that support that line of thinking. That's my opinion. I mean, you know, I'm sure a sociologist or a political scientist could come on here, you know, and maybe school me on it, and I'd love to learn more about it. But it's definitely something to the system leading the mentality more than the mentality leading the system.
I'm glad you explained socialism, because most people, they're, you know, like a conservative or somebody on one of them conservative news channels or something like that, they treat it like it's communism. Which
socialism is welfare.
Things.
Socialism is welfare. It's a system that the people need this. So the government uses the revenue raised by the people investing in the government to provide this for those people who can't do it through their own jobs or that don't have jobs. So it's basically like the greater good. The tax dollars that we spend provide socialist care that gets babies health care for free through Medicare and Medicaid. Like the socialist policies we have allow families who don't have jobs or who don't have access to financial growth to still be able to feed their children and not starve to death. So like we already got socialism in certain ways. It's just our general style of government and system of economy is capitalism. We're just okay with certain socialist practices when they benefit the society that has been deemed dominant. So because as of right now, Caucasian society tends to be the society that has dominated the economy in this country. I'll stick to just this country. Because of that, they get the benefits. Welfare wasn't provided when it was just Black people that were poor after Reconstruction. Welfare was provided when white people got poor due to the war that white people was in. White people started welfare and Medicaid and all this stuff because they were poor as hell, because they fucked up the economy due to the stock market crash because of their capitalist ways. Like, so the way you even it out to where it's not just one race or one group getting it, you got to destroy the whole system. You change the system, you change the mentality, and you'll still have certain social problems that's going to stem up because we human, we flawed. But the mass systemic problems that we have will be gone. That's my opinion. You know, Pod Squad people, you know, watching this, let me know how I'm wrong. Let me know. I'm open to the discussion, but I definitely feel like that.
It's all about demand.
Yeah, man, everything is a mentality, man. The system support mentalities. Like, think about it. The only difference between a Black person in the suburbs and a Black person in the hood and their trajectory in life and their expected outcomes is not their race, it's not their talent level. They could be born with the exact same IQ and all of that shit. It's simply the systems that surround them that either support their mentality being one way or support their mentality being another way. You grow up in a loving home where your parents love on you and provide for you and nurture you both emotionally, mentally, and financially. You have systems that now support your mentality being more of a positive outlook and more of a belief nature. You grow up in a system where everything around you, your finances are struggling, your emotional support is not there, and your everyday outlook that you see is poverty, then that becomes your mentality. Like your environment dictates your mentality. So like you know what I'm saying, you can overcome some of that with your mentality, but there has to be some certain basic levels of Maslow's hierarchy of needs that are met for you to be able to overcome it mentally. Like if you're starving, it's hard to have hope.
Yeah.
Because your brain is not wired to be in optimist mode. It's a survivalist mode. I just need to make it to the mall. How do I live for the next few hours? So like you break down the system, you change the system, you change the mentality of millions, possibly billions of people worldwide immediately.
Which is a slow and gradual process. The whole point is to start it.
You look at the happiest countries, though, a lot of them have socialist type. A lot of their government is ran through socialist practices.
In other words,
completely socialist.
Help a nigga out. I said, in other words, motherfuckers, help a nigga out. Help somebody out. Shit.
That's it, man. Reach each one, teach one, reach one, man. Like if you got it, like
there it is. But help a motherfucker. Educate a motherfucker on how to get what you got. You feel me? Yeah, it ain't always a motherfucker who already got money need an education on how to get to their level. Sometimes it's the motherfucker who only got $5 who need the education on how to get to 20.
That's
help a nigga out.
Big fact.
Help a nigga out.
Amen.
Help a nigga out.
Help a nigga out, man. And speaking of helping nigga, go ahead, Face.
That's my end of my topic. So we're gonna move on to, I think it's what's next, Black businesses.
Yes, and I was about to say, speaking of helping nigga out, man, we got a new Black business. Face, tell them about the official launch of the new merch store and Face Apparel
RTradeClothing.com, RTradeClothing.com. Yes, it's up and running. We have new styles coming out for the past few days daily. Up and running. We have the merchandise from Podnas Closet, including with some new RTradeClothing.com merchandise. We're going full live on September 15th on social media. We have the new social media pages coming September 15th. Going full scale, going out there, man. I'm trying to do this thing big. Once again, Ingo, we're trying to get in Walmart. We're trying to get in JCPenney's. We have home items too now. JCPenney has a home store. Trying to get to the JCPenney's. Trying to get my towels in there, man. We got RTradeClothing.com. RTradeClothing.com has towels as well. We have bags, towels, pillows, socks as well. Clothing. Come check us out, man.
Support Black business, man. Support your boys, the Podnas, man. Face been really grinding over the past. He been grinding on the clothes since we started, but over the past maybe 4 months, since he kind of initiated and said that he wanted to change the format of things with the store, he really had his nose to the grind, and he's really been like, he done been researching different platforms. He done been researching the best, like the cheapest prices, the places that got the best fabrics, the even down to like who allows him to do the most as far as design options. So like, please, man, check out the store, cop you some. Anything you want is on there, man. From the smallest to the largest, man. It's some of everything there, man. And the designs are dope. Whether it be Podnas Closet merch or it be RTrade merch. Get the merch, man. I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed, and you will be seeing us with our merch pretty soon from the new store. So support it. Can't say that enough, man. Support the hard work that my bro been putting in, man. Like,
yes, indeed.
I fucks with this hoodie. You can get this hoodie too. AC83.
Trade clothing.
Trade clothing, baby. Get it, baby.
Promo code Pod Squad 83. Pod Squad 83. That's POD Squad 83.
We're not. So go ahead and get your discount on your first piece of merch, man. And represent a black business that y'all rocking with anyway. So go ahead, show the love, man, and support, and get you something tangible for your donation. You want to donate to the clothing, get you some merch, and then have something tangible in your hand, on your back, on your feet, on your legs, whatever the case may be. You feel me? New styles dropping damn near weekly, man.
Bucket hat.
Still in the design. So
put that bucket hat out today. Bucket hat, socks. Forgot I had hats out there too, man. Oh,
I just peeped the
bucket hats on fire.
From the top to the bottom.
Man,
he got you.
I just peeped the socks.
Yes, we got you, man.
OurTradeClothing.com.
Pants coming out in the next. We got jogging pants coming out next couple of days. Our Trade Clothing, man. Come check us out, man. Like I said, save 15%. Pod Squad 83. Pod Squad 83. Saves you 15% on your total order, man. Come get your socks. I even got KJ on a couple of things, man. Y'all support us. Y'all fuck with us.
I peeped that.
Oh yeah, you feel me? I got KJ on some things over there too, man. Get my game up, man. Do my little thing. Like I said, hard work pays off, man. Come check us out.
Indeed, man. If you want to just donate, man, and you want to support financially, man, but you ain't ready to maybe commit, you know what I mean, to get your hoodie just yet, go ahead and stop by either our Buy Me a Coffee or Patreon.com pages, man. It's /the Podnas at both pages. So buymeacoffee.com /the Podnas or Patreon.com /the Podnas. Buymeacoffee.com allows you to donate for as little as $1. You don't have to sign up for a membership to donate there, but you get the same access on both. You get behind the scenes access to us through our Discord server. You get access to Pod Squad members only events. You get access to unedited versions and video versions of every single podcast we record. So you get to see all the behind the scenes fuckery, mistakes, bloopers, all of that. You will have access to obviously better promo codes by signing up for those memberships to all of the merch. You'll get access to first drop. So when new merch drops, you'll get access to that stuff earlier. You will get early access to podcasts coming up. So just get a lot of good stuff for those memberships. You can become a member for as little as $5 on those. You can also donate to us via Cash App at $Podna Tiers 1. All proceeds from all donations go to all three of us. We basically just split it up 3 ways and then use it to either better our lives that week, or a lot of times we end up reinvesting it back into, the partners, whether it be doing something new for the clothing, getting Pat something for the comic book, or, getting some new equipment for somebody, that went out or whatever the case may be, to improve the audio and video quality. So, all financial donations are appreciated. We really work hard on this, so you ain't got to, because if you don't want to donate, that free and easy way you can support us is by simply joining our conversation, man. Comment. Leave a comment. Leave your thoughts and opinions. You disagree with something I said. You thought Face made a great point. You thought that thing that Pat said was funny. Tell us about it. Tell us how you feel. Allow us to interact with you. We actually do pretty much respond to every single comment. If you say it, we respond to it. So it really is a conversation. Your likes, your 5-star reviews on all platforms, that literally does help us get put into the algorithm where more eyes and ears can catch us every week. So give us a thumbs up, please. And subscribe if you new. If this is your first time listening to this podcast, you stumbled upon us somehow via our social media pages, or you just was randomly scrolling and gave us a second. Go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you're on YouTube. Make sure that you don't miss our content every week when it drops. And it again helps us out a tremendous amount with our platforms so that we can again get more eyes and ears involved in these conversations each week. And if you want to get in touch with us, if you want to talk to us, if you want to communicate with us outside of the podcast, you don't want to leave a comment, you want to have a build on some meme that we posted, on some new trendy topic that's happening and we ain't talked about it yet on the podcast, how can they get in touch with us, Pat?
THEPODNAS with the @ in front of it. And you can find us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. You can find us on Facebook, same way. Actually, you could just put in a search, put THEPODNAS, and we're there. We got 2 of them. There's the Podnas and there's Tiz Face Pat are the Podnas. And yeah, bring them in. We got the live show. If you have any videos you want us to comment on the live show on Sunday, you didn't ask us, but you can just send it to DM us on whatever social media of your choosing, and we will respond.
Indeed, man. And if you can't remember all that, if we done just threw too much at you and you like, look, I'm not going to remember all that, fellas. How can I just get all of that in one place? Go to thepodnas.com. I'll be updating it this week, so it'll be new vids on there. It'll be new. The clothing store link will be updated so that you can get to RTradeClothing.com via the website. But thepodnas.com, THEPODNAS.com. Easy, simple, everything in one-stop shop. And holler at us, man. If you got ideas, topics, thoughts on topics for the podcast or for the live show where we react to topics and videos, DM us at any of our social media platforms or send it to us via email at thepodnaspodcast@gmail.com. The email is also available on the website, so thepodnas.com gets you to that too. But yeah, man, hit us up. We love y'all. Thank y'all for joining us yet another week. And as always, I've been 1/3 of the Podnas, your boy Tiz, and I was a wit.
The other third of the Podnas, the partner, yeah. I said I was about to call myself the partner one. That's funny.
We'll take that. The partner one. The partner one.
The partner one. Oh, yeah.
One partner.
One potter.
One patter.
Now.
All right, man.
And I'm the final piece. I'm Face, and I'm leaving the place. Peace out.
We about this. Yeah.